I'm dreaming in dreams bigger than me, taking my time.
Hi, my name is Melanie and welcome to my YouTube channel. On my channel, I like to discuss things such as spirituality, self-love, and self-discovery. So in this video, I am going to discuss one of my past life stories. And this is the story of Zurak. He is a 6th century Turkish nomad in Kazakhstan. So before I did this particular meditation, I was wondering two things. I was wondering what was my first life reincarnation ever on planet Earth. And then second, I was always wondering why I have such an interest in Mongolia and Genghis Khan. Now, Kazakhstan and Mongolia, yes, different countries, but same kind of culture, very, very similar cultural things going on in those two countries and their neighboring countries as well. And so I was like, was I Mongolian in my past life? Because I'm really interested in Mongolia. And so when I did the meditation, when I started the meditation, the very first thing that I saw when I got into the meditation, in the vision, was like I saw like a valley, a meadow, a river, and then off to the side over here was Black Mountains. And I was like, Black Mountains. And then later on after the meditation, I did Google Black Mountains in Kazakhstan, and apparently Black Mountains do exist in Kazakhstan. And the Black Mountains, they are called the Karata mountain range, and they span from West Kazakhstan all the way bordering the south of Kazakhstan. And so it really, really awed me and like surprised me that yes, the Black Mountains that I saw in my meditation really do exist. And the word Karata itself, according to my research, does mean Black Mountain. Literally means Black Mountains. And that is due to the deposits of zinc, phosphorite, and lead. And so let's get back to the meditation, what I saw. So I saw that I was a man. I was 44 years old. And in my intuition, I got the name Zurak. And he was kind of Asian looking, kind of looked like my dad. And he had hair that was gray down to his shoulders. And so the meditation took me to like another part of, like exploring and discovering what else is in that lifetime. And it took me, it was like, okay, scan the area and the people in the vision, and is there any person in that lifetime that you know in this present lifetime? So I scanned the people. There really wasn't anyone that I knew in that lifetime, in this lifetime. But I saw that, I noticed like my father in that past lifetime, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go up to him in the meditation, in my imagination, and just like see what this father guy is all about, who he is. And I felt like from this father figure of Zurak, like a lot of heavy anger, and just like I felt like Zurak felt like his father was like a monster guy. He did not like his father. He found him to be mean and just cold and heartless. I don't know. Zurak had real issues with his father. And so then the meditation took me to like, what is the best ever memory, the best day of your life in that lifetime? And so the meditation took me to a yurt because the Turkic nomadic people of Kazakhstan and Mongolia and Kyrgyzstan, they lived in yurts. And it was my wife. She just gave birth to our firstborn child. It was a baby boy. And I just remember feeling in this vision, the meditation, just like me as Zurok in that lifetime, looking down at this baby boy, like just completely awed and surprised and just overwhelmed by this little tiny baby boy. Like it was really, really beautiful. And I felt like Zurok was also thinking of his own father in that moment, and how he didn't want to be a father to this child, how his own father was to him in his life. And in my present day life as Melanie, that also makes me feel a lot of emotions, and I can relate a lot because I have a baby girl now. She's about to be 6 months old. I don't know when I'm gonna put this video up, but right now she's gonna be 6 months old it's December. And like, I had 2 past abusive relationships, and I'm so glad I did not have children with either of those 2 guys, because I put in so much healing towards making sure that I do not meet a man who will bear me a child who's going to be abusive to me or my child. Because I will move heaven and earth to make sure that does not happen. So I relate to Zurok with that a lot, like a lot. It really, really touches my heart. And so the next part of the meditation, it was like, all right, who is a significant person in this lifetime? And it took me to the mother figure, Zurok's mother. And immediately, just in that mother's presence, I just felt like a very emotional, overwhelming sense of like gentleness and calmness and sweetness and nurturing from that mother. Like immediately, it was just like snap, immediate calmness, gentleness, very serene mother figure. And I can tell, like, even as like a middle-aged man, Zurok felt a lot of comfort and solace with his mother, even at that age, as an old man. Maybe he was a mama's boy. He didn't like his father. And so then, like, the meditation took me to what was the worst day of your life in that lifetime. And then it took me again to the yurt. It was dark in the yurt, and Zurok was just kind of like laying back like this. And like, I felt that he was sick. Like it was an illness, disease, or something that he would not be able to recover from. And that he would ultimately die from this. And I felt like it was a matter of like maybe weeks that he was battling this illness, and he died alone. And I, in my current day life as Melanie, I feel like I can relate to this, because when COVID first came around in 2020, like the social distancing and the isolation, I lived alone over in Kansas, around the Kansas City area. And I didn't have my family around. I had friends, but like social distancing, everyone was scared, and so everyone just kept to themselves. And I didn't have a significant other. It was just me. And it was really, really, really triggering. Just number one, the social distancing and social isolation, and just like this sickness out there. No one really everyone was just trying to figure out what was going on and what this thing that COVID was. And it was really, really, really hard for me, that sense of isolation. So I can really relate to Zoorock on that. Maybe that's where I got that sense of like I really struggled in 2020 back then. And so just like some other background information, a lot of not paranormal, not paranormal. I'm thinking of like my spirit box sessions. A lot of reincarnation and past life researchers say that your very first lifetime reincarnation on this earth is usually like a simpler nomadic tribal one, because you know it's your very first lifetime on this earth. You don't have a lot of life experience, and so I think that pretty much rings true in this lifetime. I'm stumbling over my words. In this first lifetime, at least. And so a little more background, sociological, religious context, cultural context. So Mr. Zoorock, my very first lifetime on this earth, again, he was a Turkic nomad in Kazakhstan, and I feel like he was born around the year 620. I just feel like that in my intuition. And so he witnessed the rise and fall of the first Turkic Empire, and that empire was called the Gokturk Khaganate. And so eventually the Gokturk Khaganate, it split into West and East Khaganates after a civil war, and then later on in around 659, towards the end of the 6th century, the Tang dynasty of China invaded what country is this? Kazakhstan, and took over. So Zoorock, he in his lifetime witnessed the rise and fall of the first Turkic Khaganate and how it was took over by the Tang dynasty. And so I always love to research like the religious part and spirituality part because I'm very spiritual. So the very first historical religion of Kazakhstan was called Tengrism. And Tengrism, it was a shamanistic ancestor worship animistic faith. And so I'm really thinking Zoorock and his family and his clan were followers and practitioners of Tengrism. So Tengrism, the word itself means sky, but it's also a word for God as well. And Tengrism, it's a understanding and acceptance that humankind is a part of nature. And let's see, there was just a lot of worship and deification and a lot of spirits of nature. There were spirits of clouds, sky, rain, earth, etc. Nature elements. And also, another really interesting thing was that the symbol of the tree of life in the Tengrism spiritual practice and faith is really significant because the tree of life in Tengrism is said to have originated all of humanity. And what's interesting is me as Melanie, I love trees. Like, I have always been drawn spiritually and connected to like trees, even way before I was Muslim, even way before I knew anything about being spiritual. Just from a young age, I love trees. I love trees. Not many people know that about me, but I have a real connection to trees. And another, I don't know if I mentioned this, but Mr. Zoorock, he lived in the region of Kazakhstan on the west side of it, like maybe southwest, and that was called the Mangostar region. Just wanted to throw that in because I wanted to get all my information in here. So there you have it. My very first lifetime, I was Mr. Zurak, a Turkic nomad in the 6th century Kazakhstan. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate that everyone is watching my videos because I'm getting really passionate about past life stuff and reincarnation. I've always loved reincarnation, but now I'm just like really loving it and really diving into my past lives and regressions, meditation stuff. So like and subscribe and comment and all the good things, and yeah, just like if you want to see more of this stuff, like and comment and all the good stuff, and just watch next time because there will be another video. I'm getting better at being consistent in uploading videos. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Right, bye.